All right, friends, welcome back. I'm the Zim, and this is the Zim video. Thanks for joining again. We're going to talk today about City Arena. This is what I'm calling the first player's guide, 2024 player's guide to City Arena. We'll get into it for a second. Let me tell you more about me for those of you that might be new. I'm an artist, art professor, game streamer. I do interviews sometimes. I do a lot of things on this channel, so hopefully you'll come support. I'm trying to get to 100,000 one day, so we can mark this date today. You can say, I was there when it all started. We're at just over 6,000 at the moment. So anyways, let's get it going. Okay, first off, I've been playing City Arena for a couple months now. So obviously I haven't been playing it since it's been out. I just discovered it a little while ago. It used to be called Nonstop Game. They have a lot of titles for it on YouTube Gaming. They call it like City Arena Zombie something, Tower Control. They have a lot of different names for it, but we'll just call it City Arena Hero Legend. One thing I also want to mention is this screen that you're looking at right here. This is the live stream I do. So every Sunday right now, and maybe every once in a while, I do a live stream of City Arena. So hopefully you'll come back and join us during the live stream. The way that I like to treat my live streams for games like this is just a community space for you to come hang out. If you have questions, if you want to talk to me, it doesn't have to be specifically related to the game. So hopefully you'll come back, join us for the live stream, playing City Arena, discovering the game together as we go. So let's get into it. We're going to break up this video into a few sections. We're going to start off with what kind of game is it. We're going to go into talking about free to play and pay to play aspects of the game. We're going to talk about heroes. We're going to talk about resources. We're going to talk about buildings. We're going to talk about Ace Tournament. And then we're going to talk about a couple potential fixes they could do at the very end based on what I feel about it at this point. All right, my friends, so let's get into it. First off, what kind of game is it? So they call it an idle RPG where you're, when you spend time away from the game, it's still like doing things like collecting resources for you when you're away from the game, and then you can collect some loot. So you're still able to progress even when you're not playing the game specifically. It is also, I would say it's about 50% of a single player game and a multiplayer game. And we're going to talk about it later, but they have this thing called the Ace Tournament, which is the multiplayer version. We'll wait to get into that deeper, but for the most part, and they kind of interact with each other in some ways. How good you do on your single player portion is how you can do better in the multiplayer portion, but we'll break that down later in the video. It is one of those types of games that does have a server. So right out the gate, when you decide to play this game, you're going to be assigned to a server, most likely the newest server, but you might not want to be on that server because you don't know how good it's going to be. You might want to try to find a better server. My experience with these kind of games, maybe the Discord has some spots where you can find a better server, but maybe playing in the game, just seeing what's happening. There is the world chat. You can see people talking in different servers, and you can kind of get a sense of that. You can also get a sense of servers through Ace Tournament because they do have the watch. So they have a spectator mode, so you can see the better, stronger servers in a sense, not necessarily better. I will caution. So again, I've been playing these kind of games for a little while, and being on the strongest, biggest server isn't always the most fun environment to play in because you're going to be in an environment that a lot of people are spending money. So you might not want to do that. You might want to be in a more relaxed environment, which I'm kind of a proponent of. You'll be able to do more. You'll be able to get higher ranked on things if they're just not big spenders on your server. So don't always try to go for, I would caution, don't always try to go for what is the best server? Who are the strongest players? You don't necessarily want to do that. But if you do want to change servers, once you get through the very beginning part of the game, they give you this like tower defense thing, or they give you this mini game to play, and then you get into the main game. You start off in this scene right here where your heroes are running around, and then you can go into the city. And once you're in the city, on the side columns on the left, you see there's a bunch of icons right there. On the very bottom it says settings. Right here is where you can tap for servers, and then you can tap for all, and then you can pick another server to change to. You can't move your character to the server. You just start a brand new character on a different server. So keep that in mind right out the gate. If you're thinking about putting money into the game, maybe just put a pause on it right at the beginning. feel it out a little bit and then go, well, let me change a server and then put money into it. So keep that in mind. And then once you're on the server that you like, you will want to get into a guild. This game doesn't do a good job of making the guild feel valuable at the beginning, but I think you definitely want to, because you want to play Ace Tournament. Ace Tournament's a big part of the game. If we'll talk about it later. Ace Tournament relies on having a guild that's fairly active. So once you find a guild that works, unfortunately, well, I guess I'm going to say a fix right here. One of the biggest fixes the game needs to do is give you a list of guilds when you're in a guild. So right now, there's no way to tell how many guilds are on your server, how strong they are. There's kind of like the general vibe. You get kind of a sense in the server chat. You could see how many people from a particular server are chatting. This server right here that I'm on right now just had a merge. So if a server seems to be kind of slow, they'll merge them with other servers. So we just had a merge and it got a little more active in the chat and those kind of things. So you could see that there were more guilds. The old server I was on only had 2 guilds. I actually didn't mind it because it meant in some of the events that we'll talk about later, I was able to be in the top 5 of the events, but now I'm in like the top 35 of the events because I don't spend a lot. So again, going back to what I said at the beginning, you don't necessarily want to chase the biggest server and the strongest players and that stuff, because unless you're going to spend a lot too, you might lose your personal fun out of it because you're not able to kind of win the most out of things. So keep that in mind. All right, so we talked about servers and getting into a guild. Once you're in the guild, you'll have this guild ship that opens up and you'll be able to do a couple of things in the guild. So the main thing is you have guild quests. This is where you can donate to guild quests and it increases the amount of quests you can do and then how good they are. There's a limit though, up to level 10. So unfortunately, that's kind of a bummer. This is we're going to be talking about fixes as we go. This is one thing that I think they could add to the game, is somewhere where you as a player can help your guild out more, have more guild-based helping kind of donations. Like, is there more places like this guild quest? Keep it going. Don't stop it at 10. But this guild tech on the right side kind of seems like it's like something that you donate to the guild, which is not what it is. The guild tech is tech for you personally to upgrade your heroes, your ability to compete in the game, but you have to be in a guild to access it. So donating to this doesn't help the entire guild. It only helps you as an individual player, but you can't access these upgrades unless you're in a guild. So keep that in mind as you go. So that's one of the incentives, one of the reasons you want to be in a guild. All right. So that's a little bit about servers and guilds. Let's talk now about free to play versus pay to play. So I very much think this game is a game where you can play free to play and still have fun. I do not think this is a required pay to play type of game. You just have to have a little bit of patience. You can continually get stuff and upgrade, and the game seems to do a really good job of giving you enough loot that you don't feel like you have to spend to be able to get stronger and upgrade. I have personally spent a little bit on the game. At this point, I'd say I've spent probably $200 to $300 on the game, but I don't spend all the time. And yeah, I keep it pretty relaxed with my spending, but I do think if you have a little bit of patience that you can do quite a lot with this game without spending at all. It seems like I haven't seen anything that really forces you into needing to spend, but you got to have patience and be willing to save. So I think with that in mind, I'm going to talk about resources next. We're going to talk about resources next. So the main resources of the game are, if we go into our heroes here, we have on the top screen here, we have our money. You want to get like cash money kind of idea. Gold is one of the resources that you need to have. You also have, when you're inside of one of your heroes.
Let me show you what a real Jad.
When you're inside your heroes, you have another resource here, which is this hero XP that you need to help upgrade heroes. And then there's another type of resource when you're upgrading these chips, these like brain chips. You have
Let me show you what a real Jad
the smart chip upgrade. So that's another resource. Also,
Let
while
me
you're
show
upgrading your
you
heroes,
what a real
I'm at a point where all my heroes are upgraded through the crystal mirror. I don't upgrade heroes individually anymore. So, but you do also need another resource to upgrade heroes, and that's the hero evolve gem. That's another resource that you need that you get throughout the game. And then there's also, when you're upgrading your mirror crystal, you have these crystal upgrades, the crystal coins that upgrade. That's a resource. And also when you get to the sacred beast portion, you have a couple different sacred beast experience and sacred beast skill shards. So those are some other resources that you need. Out of all those resources, the most important one is gold. Gold is the most important resource that you get, and luckily it's not difficult. They don't hide it behind a paywall from you. You're able to get gold pretty not easily necessarily, but you do get gold throughout gameplay. So you just got to be really smart about how you're spending. I would recommend never depleting your gold to zero. You want to make sure you actually still have some to allow yourself, like if you need to buy something out of the shop with gold, you can buy it to help you complete a quest, and things like will cascade as you go. Like one thing will open up another thing, will open up another thing, will open up another thing. So you just got to be kind of smart about your resource usage, especially gold. Eventually, as you see, my money has gotten to a point where it's ridiculous. I don't need to even spend that much. So gold is really, eventually it becomes the only resource that gets scarce, but also just make sure that you're spending it kind of judiciously as you go along. You can do certain things like events like this growth fund, which I've bought a couple times. When you clear campaign modes, you get some gold out of clearing campaign modes. One of the main things that pretty much what I've heard so far about the game, one of the main places to save your gold for is for your armory. Eventually you'll open up this craft power sets, and what you need here is when you have a 6-star piece of armor. I don't think I have any at the moment. Let's look in my items, and do I have any? Oh, I do have some. They're on something, so let me take it off. Let me find where it is. So, oh, there's one. Okay, so I have this 6-star gun. I have to take it off. I have to take it off my hero. I'll go back to the craft power set. I go in here, I hit the plus, I add that, and then I could spend 2,000 gold to get an upgrade. I'm just gonna go do it right now. You typically want to wait for armor sets. Special events is typically what you want to wait for, but there's not a armor set special event happening right now. So whatever armor I get is what I get. I'm gonna go ahead and do it. I got another one of these. I have a few of these already. Eventually you can start merging different. If you get many of the same things, you can change them into other things and reforge and do different ways to get the sets that you want. So that's one thing to do. So we just upgraded. It was on this. So I'll go ahead and auto equip, and it's on there now. And like a lot of games, when you match, your weapons and your armor together, you get bonuses. This is that kind of game. So if you have all of the same set, you'll get a bonus out of those sets as well. So that's been the number one place to save your gold for, is for your armor. The next place that I think is worth saving your gold for is like the daily instances, because this will go a long way into helping you upgrade your heroes. If you do a daily instance, you can, depending on your VIP level, it'll give you more chances to buy more chances to do a daily instance. So I'm just gonna skip this ahead. So now it gave me a bunch of stuff. It gave me a bunch more resources. Some coins for the roulette, some things for the sacred beast, some things to upgrade my heroes. That's a little bit about resources, gold being the most important resource. The next thing we're going to talk about is heroes. So I don't know, this isn't going to be your source for what are the best heroes. You can ask your world chat. A lot of people have opinions of what the best heroes are. There are a combination of heroes that are better. Generally, as far as like new heroes that are released tend to be better than older heroes. You have 5 different hero types. You have mech, you have bio, you have gene, and then you have alien and mystics. The alien and mystics tend to be the stronger heroes overall, but they're also the hardest to get. But what I want to talk about with heroes is the mindset around gathering heroes. One thing that's you don't know starting off the game is that anybody that's not spending a lot of money, if you're not just dumping money into every event that comes along so you can get every hero. Like right now there's this event in this that you can get El Dorado, which I've heard is a really good hero. So but you're not going to be able to like open them up and get them unless you're spending enough money to grab, the keys, enough keys to open this up. So you're gonna have to spend some money to do that, but you can get things slowly, like I've already described. If you're patient, you can get things slowly. So, but at first, and pretty much for anybody that's playing mostly free to play or low spending, you don't really care what heroes you have. You're just trying to get all your orange or yellow or gold heroes, whatever color they are, all your gold heroes. Keep them, collect them, and upgrade them, because eventually you need 5 to open up the mirror crystal place in order to upgrade it in a different way. So you're trying to get to the 5 10-star heroes. That's where your first main goal is. So regardless of whatever heroes you're getting, just the ones that you're getting more frequently, like I got Musashi pretty frequently, so I was able to upgrade him pretty quickly. So even though he's not the best hero, but he allows me to put more heroes in my crystal mirror and then be more upgraded. We'll talk more about crystal mirror in a second and what it does. But you don't want to really worry too much about, are my heroes strong enough? Just collect them and upgrade them, and just watch as you go. And I'll give you a couple tips on upgrading your heroes. But basically there's 3 hero type blue heroes. There's the purple heroes, and then there's there's also these silver heroes. So these silver heroes, these low heroes, you got blue heroes, you got purple heroes, and you got gold heroes. All heroes below gold are considered food for your gold heroes. So in some way or another, you can upgrade or break apart your heroes in order to help your stronger heroes get upgraded. And let's move over to how that happens. So anything else I want to say about heroes before I mention that? Like I said, this isn't going to be your source for what are the strongest heroes. I'll tell you right now what the best heroes that I've been using that I found work really well. Really like Natasha Jabber. She's pretty amazing. She does this special where when she does her special move and knocks someone out and kills an enemy, it makes all your other heroes launch their specials, so it just kind of wipes it out, and it can cause like this cascading effect. Natasha's really good. This new hero called Explosive Among is awesome. He has his healing aspect to him, which is great, and he's strong. I also really like Kara, I think. Kara? Is it Kara? Kara works really good. Amazing hero, strong. Scarlet Lisa's awesome hero that I've been using. And this Carefree Renegade's pretty good. I like him. And those are kind of my best heroes right now. There's a couple others that are decent, like Trigtron, and there's a couple others in here, as you can see, that are kind of getting leveled up. Most of my 10-star heroes are actually not that great. They don't really do that much, but I was able to upgrade them, so that's why I'm able to do that. And Musashi is my first hero that I was able to upgrade to its full talent. So you upgrade them to 10 stars, and then you can start opening these talents. And how you open the talent is you need a 6-star hero of that hero. So I need and then it allows you to open the talents. So I was able to get 5 6-star heroes, open these talents, and then once all the talents are open, you can do this thing called the treasure. You can add a treasure to your hero, so it just enhances them more. So there's lots of ways to enhance your heroes. Even if they aren't the strongest base hero, you can upgrade them and make them stronger along the way. And it's a pretty straightforward, pretty easy system to understand how to upgrade your heroes through armor and through you got the brain chip you can do, you got the armor you can do, you got the talent, and then you got the treasure, and then you also have hero bonds. When they're in a lineup with another hero, you get special bonuses that way as well. All right, so when you're trying to upgrade your heroes, this is kind of segueing us into our building. So we'll talk about the first building we'll talk about is the hero combiner. So let's look at the hero combiner. So when you're in the hero combiner, you want to find one of your heroes, and when you're trying to upgrade them, if you tap on the first one, it tells you like, I'm going to upgrade this from an 8-star to a 9-star hero. This is what I need. I need another 6-star of this same hero. I need a 6-star of another bio hero, and I need 6 5-star bio heroes to be able to move him up to a 9-star hero. And so then you just have to kind of collect your heroes, and we'll talk about more ways to collect your heroes and do that as we go in this video. Let's look if there's any others. Some places where, so I have like a 9-star hero here, so I'm trying to get him to a 10-star hero. So I need to get another 6-star of this hero, another 2 6-stars of other bio heroes. So I have 2 already. I just don't have the 6-star of him. And then I need a 9-star of any other hero, which most likely will be a purple hero. So you do want to upgrade a purple hero every once in a while. As you see, here's a little tip. As you see in mine, I have a lot that are telling me, they have the little red icon saying you can upgrade this, but I wait until certain things show up. Like, am I gonna get, like right now with my mech heroes, I have looks like I have 7 yellow gold heroes that are ready to be upgraded, but I don't want to upgrade them because I'm going to use food of other heroes to upgrade them until I know I can keep upgrading them. So I'm waiting to get another, like whatever one of these heroes gives me another 6-star hero, that's the one I'm going to start upgrading. So that's how I'm going to go with it. So I pause, I wait at certain points. I don't just upgrade everything to the maximum as I can. I wait as I go. So yeah, so that's kind of a tip on upgrading your heroes. So keep that in mind. All right, and then you have the hero recycler. You only have so many spots. So right now I have 250 spots. I've actually bought some more spots to open it up. I don't know what you start off with, but you're gonna kind of run out of space because you're, like I said, I'm not upgrading all heroes right away, so I'm kind of holding them in my thing. So you're gonna run out of space. So in order to not run out of space, there's 2 things you can do. You need to open up more slots by using gold to buy slots, or you can go to the hero recycler and recycle heroes for some things to buy, like shop tokens and other things. So we can do a few here. I pretty much, I keep at least 1 of every hero just because I like to. The 3-star heroes, I keep 2 of each 3-star hero. So I'll go through and recycle, disassemble and recycle a bunch of 3-star heroes to clear out some space. You get some things, what did it just give us? So let's look at it again. It gave us some of these gems to buy stuff. It gave us some of these hero evolved gems, and it gave us some of the hero XP to upgrade heroes as you need to. And we'll talk about the gems when we get to the shop in a little bit. So recycling your heroes frees up space. Hopefully I covered what you need to know about heroes. Basically, the bottom line with heroes is keep all your gold heroes, upgrade them as you can. Try to be smart about it if you can. Maybe you don't just upgrade them super fast. You wait to see what else you're getting. When you start to get more heroes of that same type, you have more shards, more cards of that same hero. You'll focus on upgrading that one. There are events throughout the game that allow you to get more heroes. So if you focus on those events, you can get more heroes. All right. Let me know in the comments if there's something you want to know more about different heroes. Okay, let's look at some of these buildings. I don't remember what order you get the buildings. In order to open the buildings, you have to do campaign mode. So as you progress through the campaign mode, and all these different territories, you start off territory 1 and work your way through. As you open up different territories through campaign mode, that's how you get different buildings that are opened up and different game modes that open up for you as you progress. So upgrading your heroes, making them stronger so you can progress through the campaign mode is important to be able to open up the rest of the buildings and those kind of things. This like action that's happening right here is just an animation. You have to hit the next and then it'll bring you to a battle. And currently right now I have 3 lineups I need. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier when we were talking about heroes. So eventually you're going to need 3 full lineups of heroes. So that's another reason why you don't necessarily want to you don't want to hyper focus on just one lineup at the beginning, because at the beginning it feels like, oh, I'm only ever going to need 5 heroes, and just pick the best 5. No, you're going to need 15 heroes to mix and match for these 3 lineups. So keep that in mind. The campaign mode allows you to open up different buildings. The big one that a lot of people want to know about is the Sacred Beast. So we'll start at the Sacred Beast. You have to get past campaign mode 18.1. So once you get to campaign mode 18, you're able to open up your Sacred Beast. Again, you might consider once you open it up, instead of going hard, you probably open it up at a time when you only need 1 march. So you're thinking, well, let me just put all my resources on that one Sacred Beast. And that's what I did. I started with the elephant character, and I just went, but then I didn't realize, oh, I actually need other Sacred Beasts as well. So you might decide to spread it out, or you might decide to go all in on one, because it does dramatically help your hero. Like, I really like the Sacred Beast because he has a healing aspect to him. Because by the time you open up this little island, you're going to have a lot of resources, because you're still collecting the resources even though you can't use it. So just keep that in mind. Maybe you try to spread it out between 3 different Sacred Beasts instead of going all in on one. Keep that in mind. So that's when that opens up at campaign mode 18.1. Let's just work our way across the screen, and then we could talk about each building. The Space Altar, like we've seen, I've already opened this up. This is a place where you can get kind of more heroes quicker than in other places, in terms of, like, if you buy I always spend 10 at a time. I never do like onesies, but I would go like whatever I need at the time. And the way that I kind of focus on this is I look at whatever hero in my combiner I'm looking for. Like, if I'm trying to upgrade this bio hero and I need more food for it, that's kind of how I focus on how I use the Space Altar. I go like, well, bio is what I'm really focused on right now, so let me do that. But it goes around, but there's, Alien Mystics are the hardest to get, so this is a place to try to help you get those as well. So this is this part of the Space Altar. It's just another way to summon hero shards. But then you also have this other portion of the Space Altar, and this is where you can turn a hero into a new one. And so if you hit the plus symbol and you go into whatever you might have, like if I'm trying to get more food, this is one way I use it. If I'm trying to get another Mr. Right here, I'm not going to do this one. I don't want to do this one, but I'm trying to get a right, then I might use another hero like this purple guy here, Red Bull, to try to get a right, Mr. Right. Let's see if we can do it. Nancy. And I'll just do it a couple of times. I got him, so I saved him. I got right. So now I can turn those 4-star heroes into a 5-star hero, and that'll help me get the food for what I was needing, what I was talking about earlier. You can also use it to upgrade, like, and try to get another 5-star hero, but it costs more. So let's see. Let's go with, do I have any 5-stars? So I have this guy right here. I'm just gonna go try this. You can go up, like you can get with a purple 5-star hero, you can get a gold 5-star hero. So if you're trying to get more gold heroes, if you have a 5-star hero, you can use it. It costs more. It costs 100, so it goes pretty quick. I haven't done this for a while, so I have a decent amount of the resources, the rebirth essence for it. So we can try it. Let's do it a few times and see if we get a gold hero out of this. Zombie Hunter, no. Flame War, nope. Nope. Sword, nope. Jack, nope. Zombie Hunter, nope. Iron Balls, nope. Annie, nope. Nope. So it's not giving me a gold hero. Jack, nope. Sometimes it does. Okay, here's a gold hero. This is one I actually want. So this worked out good for me right now. I mean, I spent, how much did it take me? Almost 1,000 essence to get it, but we want him. So now we have another one of this Solar Blaze, which is awesome. I actually kind of like that hero. I think he's pretty good. So we can go into our hero combiner in mech, and we see now I have 2 of this guy, which is awesome. So I'm going to hold off on converting him to a 6-star hero. But that's a good thing, because he's already a 9-star hero, so I need to make him a 6-star hero. So that is awesome. I already have, so I'll just need to use, this is probably one place I might use my mech and do just a 10 spin on mech So that would give me more food to upgrade that hero. So that's awesome. I'm not going to spend it right now, but we'll keep that in mind for later. All right, moving across. So let's go down to the crystal, mirror crystal. So what this is, before you get to the your first 5 10-star heroes, 5 heroes will be in here. 5 highest level heroes will be in here. The game will pick what those heroes are, and then you can put other heroes in the right side over here. They'll be increased in level as your lowest of your high 5 heroes. So that's how that works. Once you get your first 5 10-star heroes, it changes the system, and they just, every time you upgrade to a new 10-star hero, it gives you the opportunity to upgrade all your heroes 5 levels that are in your crystal mirror place here. I find, from my experience, even though you can make a hero the same level, it feels better to have it be a 6-star or higher than just a 5-star hero in here. So you want to have you don't want to just have a 5-star hero in here and use it. It just, from my experience so far, I could be wrong about that. I would love to hear people that have been playing longer to comment on it. But from my experience so far, it feels like even though you can increase their level, it still doesn't seem to be as effective as if you have like a 7-star hero, 8-star hero, 9-star hero in here, and you're using that. Moving over to the shop. The shop is a place, so this mysterious shop is where you get your kind of your basic stuff, keys for getting more heroes. We'll go quickly through the shop. This is where you can get a lot of things to help you through the game right here. We got the Starlight shop. You get these through special events. The arena shop, from playing in the arena, you get these coins that then you can buy things out of here. The legendary shop is from the arena as well. When you opened up the legendary portion of the arena, you can buy some heroes and other things out of here. Recycle shop, what you've already seen in this video where I was recycling heroes. This is the hero spirit that then you can buy other heroes that you might need out of here. Trial shop is from one of the buildings, this trial matrix, I think it's called. You'll get some coins, trial coins for that, so you can buy things that you might need out of here. Guild shop, when you are fighting the guild boss, we didn't look at that when we were in the guild ship. We'll come back to it here. There's a guild boss you can fight and get. When you beat the guild boss, you get guild coins that you can use to help upgrade your tech, or you can use to buy some things. So depending on where you're at in the game, you may decide to go different ways with it. So that's how you can get some guild coins to use in the guild shop. Going back to the shop, we are at the roulette shop. So we'll see the roulette building in a second, but you get some coins out of the roulette shop that you can spend in here. The Ace shop is from participating in the Ace tournament. You'll get some bonuses at the end of the round, and then you can spend to get certain things out of this shop. And the Galaxy coins are straight up, you pay money to the game, they give you coins, and then you can buy certain things out of this. Lucky Roulette, as I was just saying. So this is a building where it's just, a place to get some things, some basically resources in a way for playing the game. So there's there's advanced mode, and then there's this normal mode. So you just, when you collect the coins, you can just spin and get stuff out of here. It helps you advance through the game. You also get coins that help you buy out of the shop as well. We already talked about the recycler. We didn't talk about, so the EVA archives is just when you do, this is just the story behind the game. So when you pass campaign modes, you get these little tapes that tell you a story about the game. I'm not sure where I am right now. Looks like coming soon, but yeah, I'm somewhere in here. But you can just kind of watch the story of the game. Bazaar Gallery, I actually don't know much about. I don't know how this works. I guess you can trade with other players. You can buy things. Let's see, Trade Center. You can buy different things from other players. But I don't really know much about this. They don't really talk about it much. So there's some information about it, but I don't know much about it, the Bazaar Gallery. Okay, we've talked about the Hero Recycler, we're talking about the Hero Combiner, the Hero Portal. So you get the keys, these keys, you have two types of keys. You get these brass keys, bronze keys, and then you get gold keys. And then you can spend them to try to, get more heroes. So this is a place where maybe a lot of people typically, like right now it says 99 cents. I'll typically buy the 99 cents. Like every once in a while it refreshes and you can do the 99 cents for things. And if 99-cent offers come up, I usually buy them. There's also the friendship summon. So, by being friends, so they have this whole thing here that says friends. So as you become friends every day, you get this opportunity to send and receive hearts. And then that funnels into the hero portal and this friendship summon. And also when heroes, like in-game heroes, have birthdays, you get 100 hearts for that. So then you can summon some heroes this way. They typically aren't the best. You get a couple, maybe a purple hero every once in a while. So as you see on here, I have some that have the green check mark that say disassemble. So as we learned already, you run out of space for heroes. So eventually, like 1-star and 2-star heroes become pointless. I mean, they are pointless. I mean, you'll never probably ever use them. So you can set it up that you can auto disassemble whatever you want. But 1 and 2-star makes sense. I just keep, like I said, one of every hero because we'll talk about it in a second. I'll show you why I do that. The arena, you start off being able to, well, you don't get the arena right away. You have to pass a certain campaign mode. But once you open the arena, you can battle in the arena. I mean, there's some strategy about how to fight in the arena. Really quick strategies. You got to remember to refresh your defensive lineup because as you progress in the game, the arena, once you set your defensive lineup, it locks it in there. So if you're not paying attention to it and you'll be getting hit a lot and you'll be getting knocked down in the arena. But if you keep refreshing your defensive lineup as you get stronger, it'll get stronger as well. So you got to keep that in mind. Eventually you get to a point where you can open up the legendary tournament, which is another type of arena battles where you need 3 lineups again, going back to what I was saying earlier, needing 3 lineups. So you want to have 3 lineups. With the legendary tournament, you only need to win 2 out of 3. So there's strategy about it. When you find that you're able to battle someone, if you look at their lineup, you can go like, well, I can beat one of these. So you put maybe your weakest lineup on them because you get to arrange how they work. So you can move your lineups around going like, I want to attack this lineup against that one. And so if you feel like you can definitely beat 2 of them, put your weakest one on their strongest one is really what you want to do and go after their 2 weakest lineups. And then you'll win that tournament, that legendary tournament round and level up. I'm not going to do it right now because I'm pretty much at the spot where I'm stuck right now. All right. Next up, we have the armory. We already looked at this a little bit, but this is a place where you can when you get a bunch of weapons, you can upgrade them. You can merge them together and upgrade them to a better weapon. So keep doing that. And then eventually you'll be able to unlock the craft power set. Remember, you want to kind of wait until there's an armor event so that you're getting the best armor. But do what you want to at the time you want to. Radar station is another interesting place that opens up eventually. So I'm gonna, for demonstration purposes, there's these quest vouchers. These are the vouchers to go on a radar quest. So I'm gonna buy these 2 just for demonstration purposes. You get a bunch at the beginning, every refresh, every server reset, you get more quests. Lately I've been refreshing, so there's that gold 20 it takes 20 gold, so 10 gold per item to refresh. So I like the coins, the lucky coins. I'm gonna go ahead and start this on the lucky coins and auto deploy, and you can see in here that it's using my 1-star heroes instead of, and that's partly why I keep one of each star heroes, is because I can use these 1-star heroes to go on these quests. I don't know if a hero is on a quest, it prevents you from being able to use it in other parts of the game. There are games that do that I've played, where if a hero is on this kind of quest, I can't use it in other places. So I'll have to test that. If you know, let me know in the comments. So we can start this one, but I don't need a brass key or bronze key. I don't need that. So I'm gonna refresh this, try to get some 80 gold. That's pretty good. I'll go with that. I like 80 gold. It only cost me 10 gold. Now I'm getting 80 gold, so I'm getting 70 gold from this. Auto deploy again and start, and there we go. So I got some quests going out. Looks like these ones are complete. I was able to get 120 gold out of this one. That's awesome. Got 40 gold and 40 gold there. So that's your quest every day. So I think it's worthwhile refreshing to try to get better quests. All right, moving along. We already looked at the guild ship. You can see you have the things in here. You also have the opportunity, if your account's kind of weaker, you can have hero support. I'm actually the strongest account in my guild right now, so I don't get the advantage of this, but you can get some support heroes that can help you get through certain levels. And then we already looked at this other stuff. The things we haven't looked at is the guild war. So they kind of pit you against another guild. Hopefully they're pretty evenly matched. They don't always are evenly matched. So it just gives you another opportunity to kind of attack somebody and work kind of with your guild, and then also get some stuff. We also have the vestige hunt, which is this little mini game basically that you can play. You enter this little mini map, and you kind of open, it starts you off with in somewhere on the map, and you're just working your way through. I'm in the central point, but there's these gates where you can attack things to open up gates, and you kind of level up your hero as you go. I don't have an attack right now, so it won't let me do insufficient action points. So, but you can do that, and then what you want to do is attack the central boss, because you get an item that you need to upgrade your guild tech, and I'll show you that in a second. So once you're in here, depending on how well you do, you get some of these vestige crystals, and so when you're in the guild tech here, in order to, so like as we see, this is my warriors. All my warriors are here. You know, all your heroes are divided into subcategories: warriors, advisor, assassin, ranger, and support. You open up the big circle with guild coins, and then you can open up these sub circles, and you need the vestige crystal to be able to upgrade those. So that's why those vestige crystals are important. You get vestige crystals from attacking the main boss, but you also get them from attacking the mini bosses in the vestige hunt as well. We already kind of looked at this, but we have our daily instances. Every day you get a few daily instances, so you just basically a place to get resources to help you progress through the game. So making sure you have enough gold to do this is fairly important. We have these open up as you go. You start with, you know, again, depending on where you are on campaign mode, you'll start with the Jurassic Battle, Survival, Armageddon, here, and then it opens up Heroes Pass, and then it opens up Treasure Hunter, depending on where you are in your own personal progression. And I don't know, maybe there'll be more that open up as I go, but I have these 4 right now. With Jurassic Battle, it's just how much damage can you do against this little dragon guy, this dinosaur guy. And then you get stuff out of it. But the Armageddon one is pretty lame, but as far as I can tell, you can't get anything more than that. So I don't know how to get anything more than that. Heroes Path is a little bit more strategy involved. You have these open up as you progress as well. So there's one I don't have opened up yet, but you have these different stages in a sense that do different things. Like this one, I can't launch any of my special attacks, so it's all just base attacks and how well I do that way, and different things. And then it starts off with 1 lineup, but then eventually you need 3 lineups again. Like, I'm not going to buy, I've already done it. So you need 3 lineups in order to progress through some of these. So I typically don't do more than just the 3 free ones they give me every day, but they will, you can buy with gold. That's kind of a way to get more gold, as we were saying. And then the treasure hunt is a space that you can go on this little maze hunt to get the treasures that you can put on your heroes that we looked at earlier. So the one hero I have it on, these things are where you get out of the treasure hunt. You get these treasures that give you bonuses on your heroes. And then trial matrix is just another little thing. I've already done it today, or like every 48 hours you get to do it. Just a place to get basically more resources. You need to do the trial matrix in order to do the mysterious maze and get a coin for the mysterious maze. One of the only places you can get these coins is out of the trial matrix. Sometimes they give them to you in special events as well. Going up, let's go up to the space rift. This is again something that opens up as you progress through the game. It's just another little side quest mission where you're just trying to do the best you can as you go along. It's kind of like a campaign mode, really. It's just another type of campaign mode. I'll just hit next stage and we'll watch it happen for 1 round or so here. I'm pretty strong right now, so being able to get through some of these early levels hasn't been difficult, but eventually it gets harder. And when you are upgrading, it did it automatically. I'm gonna stop. I'm not gonna go through the next one. So there was an example of Natasha doing her special. So she knocked someone out and it launched all the specials. So as you progress through it, you can get some heritage playing things with, these are like bonuses that you can put on your heroes to help you be stronger looks like I got a special one. Oh, I got the teacup. What is that? Exquisite tea. Awesome. So I got some heritage playing things that go then in this heritage gallery, and I can put 8 of them on my heroes that'll help me fight in the Space Rift. But it also helps us in Ace Tournament, which we'll talk about in a little bit as well. So as you progress in here, you can upgrade things, and as you upgrade things, you get more buildings you can place out. You can arrange your buildings in different ways, and you'll just have to learn more about that as you play it to figure out how it works. There's a little heritage shop as well, or void shop they call it, and the skyscraper is pretty important. So you start off with just the main skyscraper, but then once you get to a significant level, you can start doing specific unit types. So you need to use only mech, you need to only bio and only gene type heroes for these other ones on the right side, but you can do any lineup you want on the first one. I'm stuck at this level right now, but this is pretty important because it gives you, the main level gives you money and these evolve gems, which is important early on in the game to keep upgrading your heroes, and then it gives you some gear and other things as you go along. But the unit type ones give you more of those units, those types, so more food, more potential to open up better heroes. So it's important to go along, and then I'm every 5 levels it's harder than the last 4. So every 5th level, and I'm stuck on, as you can see, I'm on like 190, 195, and 165 because of my hero lineups and things. But you can get shoe shards as well. That's one thing we didn't really talk about earlier that I probably could have talked about is your gear, right? You put your gear on, but shoes live in a separate place. Shoes don't come with the rest of your gear, so you get shoes in a different kind of way. Let's go into the Mysterious Cavern. The Mysterious Cavern is just another place to get a lot of gear. Actually, you get gear out of Mysterious Cavern, but then after you complete the Mysterious Cavern, you get these gems to help you buy different things. What do they call them? I don't know what they call them, what kind of gems they are. Mysterious gems, I guess. They're not letting me click on them, but you can buy certain things to help you progress through the game. If you need keys, you need different things. So combination of usually gold and those gems. So it's just another place. I'm not a big fan of it just because it's such a slow event. You can't speed up your attacks beyond 2 times, so it just takes a long time to get through this. I don't really like it. Mysterious Maze we've kind of looked at a little bit already, but it's just you get these maze keys, these coins that allow you to challenge the maze, and it's kind of pretty boring and it's not that great, but you do get a little bit of loot out of it. They need to upgrade that seriously. So I've done a lot of my fixes throughout the video, so I probably won't do it at the end. But this is one event they really need to fix. They really need to add more loot to this, way more loot. Like way more loot. And then they have these special events that happen, and I've completed all of them in the maze as well. So maybe they'll add more of those soon. All right, we've made it to the end of all the buildings. So if there's any questions about any of these buildings, let me know in the comments and I'll get back to you. Obviously, there's more deeper strategy that we can talk about on specific buildings, like how to fight in the arena, just different things like that. So there's a lot of Space Rift as well. There's a lot more strategy that can go into how to do the Space Rift and different things. So keep that in mind. All right, we are getting close to an hour deep on this show, so I don't want it to be too long. We really have one last thing to talk about, and that's Ace Tournament. So Ace Tournament is an event that takes your whole guild to be involved. So if you don't have anybody else in your guild playing, you're not going to be able to do well in Ace Tournament. I really like Ace Tournament. I think it's a really fun part of the game, but I think it visually looks like it's not as important because visually, in your main part of the game, your battles look kind of, there's a lot of spectacle to the battles, but in the Ace Tournament portion of the game, it kind of looks like a mini game when it's really not a mini game. It's more important than it really looks. So they could do some things to possibly make the Ace Tournament look better, but basically what it is, you get ported into this area. You start in a quadrant. You fight against potentially fight against 4 other guilds from other servers or your own server. It kind of mixes around. And each one starts in a different quadrant, and you're trying to win the most points is what you're trying to do. You're trying to get the most points, and how you get the most points is by capturing different items on the map. So you have these gates to help you get out to different areas. You have little like city type things or whatever, bases that you can capture in your area. There's these like these little bosses and stuff that you can capture. So those main things are what helps you get points. But then you can, in order to kind of level yourself up, you have to use, so like you can see on here, all these purple squares are mine or my guild mates, like territories that they've captured. So the territories, the squares give you resources. So you have two different types of resources. You have the tech points and energy points. The tech points allow you to upgrade your tech tree, so you can do more, you can get more squares to upgrade. So there's this whole tech tree that allows you to upgrade and get stronger. And then there's also the energy points are what you use to heal yourself after a battle. So sometimes you're battling an NPC, or if you battle a real person, you'll be depleted in energy and you need to heal yourself. So that's how it works. So you have up to 20 action points. So you have up to 20 movements to do. And then you have a timer between like 25 and 45 minutes to refresh one action points, and it refreshes based on the weather. So the weather affects how fast your action points get refreshed and other things, how fast your person moves. So there's night and there's day and there's different types of weather. The weather also affects how fast your energy points recuperate. You know, things like lightning actually makes your energy points recuperate faster. So there's things like that. And then you're just, you're pitted up against 3 other guilds, and then you can decide, some guilds want to be aggressive and take over the whole map. Some guilds will work with you and allow you to kind of have an area. And it's more about, sometimes it can just be more about just gaining individual points. It doesn't necessarily mean attack the other guild. It means do what you need to do to get the most of points. And how does that work for you? Sometimes it does mean attack. If there's a couple strong, aggressive guilds, you're trying to go after some of these central points. You totally do that. It just definitely takes some time. You can't be like a freshie to play Ace Tournament. You have to have some good heroes. So the way it works as well is you start off with all your heroes, and they all start as level 1 hero, and you kind of upgrade them in here as you fight things. And as you upgrade, you can upgrade your heroes in here. So I haven't figured out, I don't know enough about this yet, but there are certain heroes that are better than other heroes to start off with in Ace Tournament because of things like how they heal themselves and stuff. There's also this lineup, maybe I mentioned at the beginning of the video, but there's like a lineup of heroes that are called the bomb lineup or something like that are unbeatable. So I don't know what that is. You can Google it on your own, or somebody can mention in the comments, but I've just been hearing that term, like there's this lineup that's like unbeatable. And so if you're in a highly aggressive Ace Tournament, you want to try to get that lineup going. So, and then there's things like you can get vehicles that help you do certain things. They either help you siege a little bit better, they help you march a little bit faster, they help you attack monsters or NPCs better. So there's just a few things that vehicles will help you do. And what else? And then I don't know. And then as you progress and as you open up things, you get little quest rewards as you open up things. And then they have these quests here. As you do certain things, these will open up, and it gives you more, basically money, whatever they call it, honor points. At the end of each round, there's multiple rounds that happen in one season. At the end of the round, you can use your honor points to buy things that we talked about before, and you get a lot. Like at the end of the round, if you do decent, you get multiple millions. So you can at least get some armor after every round. Maybe after 2 rounds or so, you can get one of these heroes that maybe you've been waiting to get, or some shoes. Or if you wait even longer, you get some of these others. So like looks like and you can get skins as well. It looks like skins for heroes. I think that covers it today. That's your first edition, volume 1, whatever. As long as I keep playing City Arena, then as I learn things, I will then do an update to this video, maybe in a year from now, but we'll see. So thanks for hanging out. Thanks for being a part of this. And Let me know if you have any comments or questions and put them in the comment section. I would love to hear from you. And as always, be loving, kind, and patient. Peace, my friends.